Hi, my name is Doug McWilliams, and I'm the author of a new book called The Evolution of Love: How a New Paradigm Frees Us from Fear So We Can Love Openly. Have you ever felt extremely guilty about having to choosing to break up with someone who you still really cared about as a friend and as a person, but for any number of reasons just decided that it wasn't going to be a good fit romantically? I know I have, and that's been a recurring theme in my life, is these women that I would get involved with. Um, I care for them deeply as people, but for me, and what I'm looking for in a romantic relationship, it's hard to find all those qualities. One thing I talk about in my book, for me, is that there's a whole list of qualities and characteristics that I look for, um, because I think we all, deserve to have great relationships, right? Find great partners in life, and to have great relationships, there's a whole lot of things we need to look for. But getting back to my story, I got to a point in my life, in my late 30s, I'm very sensitive, and I'd feel extremely guilty for the hurt and the pain that I'd somehow inflicted on women uh, once I broke up with them, and I was always conscientious too in the beginning of saying I don't know what I'm looking for in long term in marriage. I don't know, so that there wouldn't be this expectation. But nonetheless, after another relationship where I knew it didn't work out, that she basically hated me, and she was sending me all these nasty messages and accusing me of all kinds of things. I think, well, I don't want to go through this anymore. I love relationships and sex and all of it, but I don't want to feel guilty. I don't want to have this negative feeling. I need to step back and reevaluate my approach. What can I say to minimize the pain and confusion? And over this 2 or 3 year period of not dating and just thinking back at my relationships and having conversation and looking into the science of love and how our brains have evolved, I've really developed a revolutionary concept of love. And I think that the popular um, concept has really got it wrong. And it starts with the basic premise that we've kind of been raised to believe that one day we'd grow up and we'd find the one, our soulmate, the one we're meant for, and we would recognize them because it would be this powerful, overwhelming emotion of falling in love, and then that's how we would know. And I really just take that whole thing down, because that's not how it works. Um, and I've been attracted to and fallen in love with really any woman I've been involved with, but there was one in particular who was the most powerful, and it was intense. And so we have to acknowledge it's powerful when you find a mate who really is a physical um, uh, attraction or uh, mate for you. It's a powerful thing. But in my own history, my own story, this was a cocktail waitress in Las Vegas, and I was living in Los Angeles, so we had a distance between us. Um, and anyone would look at her and be attracted to her. But she had an extra um, um, bonus, or there was an extra quality in that beyond just my physical attraction to her, she also reminded me of one of my childhood crushes from movies. If you remember that Flash Gordon movie, The Princess, I think it was Ornelia Muti is the actress who plays her. So she reminded me of that, and it was powerful. And I thought, well, this is the one, because this is the feeling that all the poets have been talking about. And after just a few dates, we had a kind of an argument, and I never really got to know her that well. And looking back, some of the qualities that she didn't have, some of these. She's a little bit more materialistic than I would want in a partner, that I myself am. But and I knew that probably weren't going to be a good match, but still, I was devastated at the breakup, to the point that I didn't want to think about dating for some time. I just was done. I was so hurt, and I knew she did nothing wrong, right? She's free to pursue happiness. If I'm not a good fit, I can't blame her for that. Um, but the mistake I made was that out of my attraction for her, and armed with the conventional wisdom that when you find the one, that it's an overwhelming feeling, I found that I weaved this whole fantasy of how our time together was going to be, about how wonderful she was, and what a great love story we'd create together. That was all my own fantasy, not based on anything I knew about her other than my physical attraction to her. And so one of the points I make is we have to compare and contrast lust and love, and this primitive falling in love, to the emotion of love, versus what I call evolved love, the new paradigm, that we have evolved to a point that love, to me, this evolved, divine, unconditional love that we should celebrate and strive for, is the deepest level of caring about someone else. It's the way we love our friends and family. So we can fall in love with someone, but without this evolved love present, of getting to know and respect and care about them, it can be dangerous ground to tread on. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm going to keep making these videos to try to help people and just give some tips. I really lay it all out in the book, and the book is available for 99 cents. I would love to make money off it, but more importantly, I want to bring more love into the world. There's an inverse relationship between love and fear. To whatever degree we have fear of being hurt, being cheated on, we cannot fully love. We're always going to have a guard up. And so for me, that guard is gone. And secondly, just in life in general, if you want to live a life fully, you have to master your fear, right? To the point of knowing that you're going to die someday. Accept it. Well, what is there to fear now? This day is precious. Go out, love, and live. And please subscribe to my channel. Comments, questions, I'd love to get feedback. One of the points I make in my book, and I truly believe, is we all have different ideas and perspectives and things that we want out of life. This is not going to work totally for everyone, my conclusions about marriage and commitment, but I think that there is value here for just about anyone to help them reach a deeper level of understanding about human nature and the nature of love itself. And I say this, that by understanding the science, it sets us free. It helps alleviate the fear, the confusion, and the pain of love and relationships. Okay, well, I wish you well. Thank you for watching. Bye.